Hi everyone, I hope you are doing well. I know it's been a while. I had intended to come on here and start recording some more videos, but September was extremely busy. I was traveling probably for a third of the month, and now here we are already at the middle of October, and it's just been a crazy, intense, but beautiful time. So I hope you're able to find some balance in the chaos now that we're in Libra season. But that's also why I wanted to come on here, was to just share some energy updates with you, to let you know you're not alone, and do a quick collective reading for you guys. So just real quickly here, I'm going to talk about the energies. Obviously, probably about 3 weeks ago now. It's hard to believe, but we moved from summer officially into autumn. So you can see, I mean, fall, autumn's my favorite season, but I've got my pumpkins and Halloween type decorations here. Definitely getting into the season. I've got some theme decks that I'm going to use. So we made it through that. We made it through the eclipse season, which is definitely a time of transformation, of endings and clarity, and um, you know, pushing through and perseverance. And it can also be confusing, right? But the numerology here too, when you look at the month of 9, now we're in the month of 10, those are numbers of ending and numbers of transformation. While Libra season, which we're currently in, does bring balance, it also ushers in the winds of change. Scorpio season is upon us. It'll be here in not even probably 10 days. I thought I was going to say 2 weeks, but it's not even 2 weeks away. So definitely a time of transformation and rebirth. You might be finding, we just went through the full moon in Aries, and coming through that after the powerful eclipse season we had, and with it being a super moon that we had, I think it was on Monday. Aries is the sign, the first sign of the Zodiac. It's the I am, it's the action, it's the fire. It is what gives us the drive and the motivation to maybe, have not only an understanding and clarity of what we need to do, but to also take action and embrace change. So very, very powerful energy that's here and available to work with us. Also, Pluto is the planet of death and rebirth, of transformation, definitely tied to Scorpio season. And interestingly, I just saw that it has been in retrograde for a while, and it is going to go direct. I've seen some conflicting dates, I believe either tomorrow or the 14th of October, depending on obviously the region of the world that you're in and the time zone that you're in. But with Pluto being in retrograde and it governing change and transformation, I feel like with it going direct going forward, that's going to give us the further clarity and perhaps decisiveness and understanding of what we need to do to move forward. And again, coupled with that Aries full moon, I think the moon by now, I believe, might already be in Cancer. So there could be some emotions that come up, right, as we reach this awareness, as we have this clarity come forward of what we need to do and what we need to leave behind. It can definitely cause some emotions, but that's sort of where we are. And I am going to pull a spread. I'm going to do just a quick spread here. This is a collective reading, so take what resonates, toss the rest. I might actually record some shorter specific messages by element, like fire sign, water sign, we'll see. But I'm just going to go ahead and do this now, because we're just going to see what Spirit wants us to know about what we're going through right now, as a collective, and we are also a microcosm of the macrocosm of the world, right? So a lot of the same themes can be playing out. So I'm going to use the Everyday Witch Tarot, and maybe we'll see if we need some oracle cards, but again, I'm going to try to keep this brief. if you would like to book a reading, I do have availability. You will not see that on my website, but you can message me on my social media or you can email me. That information's down below. All my readings, unless I'm doing an event in the community, all my readings are done via Zoom and they can be live, or I do offer a slight discount if you do pre-recorded. But obviously a live session is probably going to be the most beneficial. You can ask questions real time and we can go, do some guidance, have some guidance in addition to what comes out in the cards if you have other things you want to talk about. So again, that information's down below. So let's see what we've got here. I'll pull clarifier on this last. I have a message coming through, but I just want to pull. Very interesting. Okay. So what I'm getting is, because of what we were talking about with the energies, you've been, the recent past 2 weeks, 2 months, sorry, a couple days, a couple months, couple weeks time frame, I guess, take it how it resonates here. I don't know, it's weird. I usually would say a couple weeks, but for some of you, it maybe the clarity started coming, after Lionsgate in August, and things have just been building. But the clarity that has come about has to do with for most of you, I think, a romantic relationship, or it could be a partnership. It also could be a friendship, right? Any type of a relationship where there are emotional ties, right? So take that how it resonates for you. What I'm getting at is that you're, Three of Pentacles is here. I'm hearing the writings on the wall. Like you've kind of set out boundaries or what it is that you want. But I'm getting that you're still carrying all the weight yourself. Like I'm getting like a lot of time. It's interesting because with the Three of Pentacles, this is a card about teamwork. So for some of you, this could be job related. So, it could be something that's taking an emotional toll and it's, emotionally out of balance to where you're so stressed and drained. So if that's it, obviously take that how it resonates. But, when I said the writings on the wall, I think it's because of this picture with the Pentacles. Pentacles govern our career and finances as well, but also our home life. But I think it's something that you keep, like, it's just like, this one is interesting. It's melting off the wall, the way it's written. But you have the Ten of Wands here and the Page of Swords. And so I get it, like, with the Page of Swords, pages are, to me, about communication and about speaking our truth. That something needs to be said, and I feel like it has been said, and I feel like you're still carrying all the weight, because this is the blocking energy with the Ten of Wands. The Ten of Wands is about being overburdened, overwhelmed. She's the one by herself carrying everything up the hill, up the mountain. And what I'm getting here is, what you want, you want this situation to be destiny. You want it to be the end all be all. But what I'm getting as far as Spirit is saying the action forward is movement. I'm not clearly seeing where that's, moving on, because we don't have some of those cards that you would see where you're, cutting someone off, where you're Eight of Cups moving on, something like that. But I'm feeling there is change, there's change here. You've got two fives. Fives are the numbers of change. But I'm getting you moving towards, a king, and in the sense of King of Cups is here. Yeah, I think so. So the message I'm getting here is, you know, I keep hearing the writings on the wall. I think you already know what you need to do, right? I always tell people, I'm saying, you know, there's confirmation of what you need to do here. That's what the cards do. I help confirm what you already know deep down inside. But it's interesting that you have, you know, King of Cups followed by the Page. I feel like that's a regression. Like, I feel like this person might, you know, you might communicate these needs, these boundaries that, you know, these desires that you want things to be more balanced, and that might be for a while, but then there's like a regression that they just go right back to the immaturity of where they were and not stepping up. So that's where the conflict is, right? But, you know, the outcome here, you know, when you have the Five of Pentacles as the outcome, that to me is a, you know, a fear of being out in the cold. And to me, it's a fear of being alone. It's a fear of making a change in your home environment. What I said was interesting when I pulled the clarifier cards is you have the Ten of Cups and the Hermit, which are completely opposite energies, right? The Ten of Cups is that happy family, right? So it's like you're wanting that, but what I'm getting, the message I'm getting with the Knight of Swords, coupled with the regression here in this situation and the writing being on the wall, is that you need to embrace the Hermit energy, which is being on your own. And the Star is about healing and alignment, you know, for something else to come in. You also, I mean, you have a lot of Hermit energy here. You have a lot of energy I'm seeing as taking some time apart. And again, not necessarily that that's permanent, but if there is a pattern of things improving and things regressing, right, the pattern just keeps continuing and the conflict keeps brewing over and over again. You know, I feel like you already know deep down what you need to do. For some of you, the Three of Pentacles, the teamwork, right, the energy that's here, you could be at a crossroads to where, like, the third party, you know, in the teamwork situation could be counseling, right? This could be something that I'm seeing, you know, potentially for some of you could be a viable option. But I think at the end of the day, what I'm seeing is you have to choose yourself, and that's not selfish. And as much as you might want this to be like the destiny type of, you know, thing, this could just be a situation where you were meant to learn and love and grow. But if things aren't balanced, and if the patterns keep repeating, right, that's really what you need to know. We also, when I pulled on the bottom of the deck, we had the Nine of Pentacles. And the Nine of Pentacles is sort of like the Hermit energy. The Hermit is a major arcana, right? That is about being in solitude and about going on your own journey. But Nine of Pentacles is, I mean, this woman is, you know, and if you're a man, you know, you could take that how it resonates. But she's, you know, again, Pentacles, finances, career, you have everything you need to not just survive, but thrive. She's at peace. She's reading a book. She's got her glass of wine there. She's got all those things growing and blossoming on the trees, right? So for some of you, if it was a career type of situation where, you know, the same patterns keep, you know, and it's like there is abundance here. You may be considering going out on your own. Nine of Pentacles can be about self-employment, but it's also about self-sufficiency. So I know it's not easy, but yeah. And then the bottom of the deck here on this Halloween, my Halloween tarot deck, Two of Swords is being at a crossroads, which is what I was picking up here, for sure, right? And again, the placement where Spirit's recommendation is the Knight of Swords. The Knight of Swords is movement forward. It is speaking your truth and taking action accordingly. I feel like, you know, this can be something that happens very quickly. It's just a matter of you speaking your, you know, saying the words, speaking your truth and saying that you can't do this anymore. That's either going to make a shift, right, in this person coming forward and working, you know, in the Three of Pentacles and putting in the effort. But again, with some of these later cards, I'm seeing fives as, you know, transitions. There's conflict. There is a movement into some period of time, at least, for you to be on your own and to heal on your own. You also have the Wheel of Fortune, which moves, you know, that's destiny in the sense of something that's going to close out and move forward. You do have the Two of Cups after that. So again, for some of you, that could be possibly the relationship working after a period of time apart. But I think, you know, what I'm getting for a lot of you, again, is this pattern keeps repeating itself. And it's up to you when you're going to say enough and you're going to pull that sword out and you're going to speak your truth. So I know that wasn't the most pleasant you know, message to hear, but I can speak from experience of being in the very similar, you know, same type of situations, that sometimes all you need to get over that fear of moving forward is to get that confirmation from spirit of what you already know deep down inside. So I just hope you know that you're not alone, that if you need additional support, obviously I'm available to book one-on-one sessions. And like I said, I may record some other videos, hoping to come on here more and offer support in this way on YouTube and on my other social media. So until next time, I'm sending you big hugs. Hang in there and take care.